Osprey Games has a title in a continuing series that I continue to enjoy, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about it. Undaunted, North Africa. This is a two-player game for ages 14 and up and should take you about 45 to 60 minutes to play. The Undaunted series continues with this two-player deck-building game of tactical combat, pitting the raiders of Britain's long-range desert group against Italian forces in the North African theater of World War II. The North African campaign has begun. Take control of the British Army's long-range desert group and operate behind enemy lines or command the formidable Italian forces opposing them. In Undaunted, North Africa, a sequel to Undaunted Normandy, players once again lead their sides through a varied series of missions. As casualties mount, wounded soldiers leave players' decks, forcing them to adapt to the face of changing tactical circumstances. Use your cards to strengthen your forces, deploy vehicles to advance rapidly across the battlefield, and seize the initiative as you determine the outcome of the North African theater. Oh, almost gave me goosebumps reading that, and I'm not even a huge World War II fan. Which shows in my game collection. I have very few World War II based games, but the Undaunted series I actually do enjoy. It comes to me for a lot of really weird reasons, because I'm not even much into deck building games. So that's another oddity, but yet this game shines to me. So a few of the points that I've looked into about this game and I'd like to share with everyone is that, well, first and foremost, this is a magnifying glass. If you think about it, this is taking a magnifying glass to one particular moment during World War II. And that's what every individual box in the Undaunted series actually does. And I enjoy that. Instead of the big, huge overview of the entire war, looking at one particular puzzle piece and dealing with that one at a time per game, as you can think of it that way. The fact that the cards, the characters in the cards, I love this so much. The characters in the cards have actual person names. It's not just like, okay, you lost a private, you lost a sergeant. No, you lost Sergeant Schwartz. You lost Private Jackson. You lost Corporal O'Houlihan. This isn't, this is a little bit more impactful than just a blind loss of some nameless pawn. And again, the fact that there's a deck building game, and that, as stated by the publisher, as you're losing these soldiers, they're leaving your deck. Whether they're dead, whether they're casualties, just wounded, they're leaving your deck, and that is going to have to force you to change strategies on the fly, which is something else I enjoy in these games. I mean, I definitely feel that fans of either tactical card-based games, tactical tabletop games, as well as the fans of deck-building games, even if you're not a tactical fan or war fan like myself, it might be something that's going to come together for you. And I just can't imagine someone that loves both of these concepts in a game coming together over this. Must be completely mind-blowing to someone like that. But yeah, it is a fun game, and the mechanics, and like I've stated earlier, even me, who's not a fan of the genre or the mechanic, I've really come to appreciate this game. So the idea that they're continuing the series, and we have Normandy now. This is the sequel to Normandy now with North Africa. This is continuing the fun. If this follows suit with the other titles in the series, and I don't doubt that it will, depart from that feeling, then I guarantee that the atmosphere that this board game is going to create is going to be worth it in and of itself. It does a great job of capturing that atmosphere, that feel of a World War II game. And that's what you're looking for. This, like the others in the series, is going to have it. Now, this might not be important to the actual game itself, but it's something I enjoy. It's important to me. And that's the artwork in this. Like all of the games in this series, the artwork is atmospherically perfect. It looks like, the style of art is ripped exactly from like 1940s high school and grade school textbooks. I know, because I was born in the end of the 60s, and in the 70s they were still using some books from the 50s. And I've seen this old style of artwork firsthand myself, and that calls back to the time period, adding to the atmospheric feel of this. And I really love looking at the cards, the artwork in this. They outdid themselves. The fact that this game is so heavily dependent on immediate decision-making. Things are, even though this isn't a real-time game, it is turn-based, you go, they go, but it gives the feeling of almost being a real-time action game because everything is happening to the point where whatever decisions and plots and plans that you had 5 minutes ago is probably going to need alteration. And this complete use of constant, that's what I'm looking for, constant strategy and strategy upgrading is gonna keep you on your toes. It's gonna help mitigate that feeling of downtime between turns, because it is so vastly important to pay attention exactly what your opponent is doing in this head-to-head game, that it really does give the illusion, this whole series of games gives the illusion of there being no downtime because of this. And that is something that every game, to some degree or another, tries to capture, because downtime kills playtime, especially with larger groups of players. But this is just a head-to-head game, and it solves that problem beautifully. It feels like something is constantly happening every second. You need to pay attention. And if you do, then hopefully you'll be able to alter your own plans and upcoming actions to accommodate what just happened that you weren't planning on or hoping wouldn't happen, but it did anyway. So all of these together are reasons why I, a non-World War II military-style gamer, not the biggest, I have a few in my collection, I've talked about it, and I always say this when it comes up, I'm not the biggest deck-building collector kind of gamer. I have a few, I don't look for them. If I happen to find a game that is a deck builder that captures my attention, so be it. But this does both. This captures my attention as a World War II military game and as a deck building game. So hopefully maybe something I've said has piqued your interest and is going to cause you to go out and get more information. Don't be influenced. Be informed. And one of the best ways to do that is don't watch reviews about games. Watch playthroughs. That's a little more honest, I think. Anyway, thank you for checking this out, and go check out Undaunted North Africa.